Unit 7, Customs and Traditions. Reading 2. What's in a name? Page 171.
In the beginning, people didn't have last names or family names. They just had a first name. We do not know when the custom of giving last names started. Different areas and cultures started to use them at different times. But even today, there are still places, such as Iceland, where people do not usually use last names. In English-speaking countries, most last names were connected to people's occupations, personal characteristics, and where they lived. Many last names are occupations. For example, John the Smith, which means one who works with metal, became John Smith. Smith, by the way, is the most common last name in the English-speaking world. Many other occupations, such as cook, baker, carpenter, singer, and miller, are last names too. This is also true of German names. The name Muller, for example, is German for miller, meaning a person who crushes grain for bread. Other people took the names of a place or a landmark near their homes. Roger, who lives near the rivers, would become Roger Rivers. Other landmarks became last names such as Woods, Hill, Stone, Field, and Lane. People's personal characteristics also turned into names. Names such as small, long, strong, moody, and wild all come from people's characteristics. Many last names end in son. A long time ago, if a person's name was John and his father's name was Albert, people would call him John, Albert's son. As time passed, people shortened the name to John Albertson. Last names of this type include Johnson, Peterson, Robertson, and Davidson. In Scotland and Ireland, the word Mac, or its abbreviation Mick, is the word for son. For example, the last name MacDonald would be the son of Donald. In the West, it is the custom to put your family name last. But in some Asian countries, like China, Japan, Korea, and Vietnam, the family name comes first, so your name is Smith John and not John Smith. In Spain and Spanish-speaking countries, most people have two family names, although in some situations they use only the first one. The first family name is the father's family name, and the second family name is the mother's family name. For example, in the name Marco Perez Martinez, Perez is the father's family name, and Martinez is the mother's family name. In English-speaking countries like Australia, Canada, England, and the United States, as well as some countries like Vietnam in Southeast Asia, many people have middle names. The reason for a middle name may be to honor a relative. It may be the name of the grandfather or grandmother, or one's parents may have liked this name for their child as well as the first name. Most people abbreviate their middle name and just write the initial. Some people like their middle name more than their first name. If this is the case, they abbreviate their first name with an initial and use their middle name, or they may not use their first name at all. For example, James Paul McCartney uses his middle name and last name, Paul McCartney. People can, of course, change their names, but they have to complete a lot of paperwork. There are some rules for this. For example, you can't change your name to a famous person's name or a trademark. One man, however, who was named Winfred Hawley and had a white beard, changed his name to Santa Claus. Another man from Hawaii had one of the longest last names, Kikahiolani Kono I Kauiolani, and complained that he spent half his life spelling his name. He did not change it, however.